Welcome to the 30-Day MBA. In today's fast-paced business world, mastering a broad range of disciplines is essential for anyone aiming to succeed. This audiobook distills the experience of a world-class MBA program into practical, accessible lessons designed for business professionals at every level. Over the next chapters, you'll explore the essential principles of accounting, finance, marketing, organizational behavior, law, operations, and more. Guided by the expertise and insights of Colin Barrow, you will learn not only the theoretical foundations, but also real-world applications through compelling exercises and case studies. Whether you are preparing to launch a new venture or looking to sharpen your management skills, the 30-Day MBA is your comprehensive toolkit for building business acumen, strategic thinking, and leadership effectiveness. Key takeaways. Engage deeply in the experience and coursework typical of MBA programs to understand the core principles of accounting, finance, and marketing. Learn the motivations behind customer behavior. Find ways to attract market share, be an early entrant, and achieve a competitive position. Find out how to safeguard stakeholder interests, select effective board members, and recruit skilled managers for organizational protection. Cover the introductory concepts of business history, legal aspects, and management of operational activities. Discover modern approaches for fulfilling your organization's objectives, guiding values, and overall mission. Overview. In this 6th edition of the 30-Day MBA, Colin Barrow presents an updated, in-depth look at 12 essential disciplines for thriving in today's business environment. Through case studies, academic tasks, and theoretical explanations, Barrow provides the applied knowledge, competencies, and insights from elite MBA curricula needed to quickly step onto the path of business achievement. Accounting. To know what a business possesses and owes, MBA learners must grasp the principles that govern the preparation of accounts and the classification of assets and liabilities. Begin with these fundamental aspects of accounting to see how professionals prepare and present financial statements. Fundamental conventions. Rely on lasting principles and record all data as monetary values for your business using market value, fair value, or market-to-market value. Utilize conventions such as conservatism, materiality, or consistency, with auditors serving as verifiers. The bookkeeping process. Record profits and cash flows to forecast outcomes using accurate bookkeeping and detailed spreadsheets. Income statements. Assess cash position, profitability, company value, and costs, including the necessary components for calculating gross profit, operating profit, pre-tax profit, and after-tax profit. Balancing of the books. Take a financial snapshot at any time to show the worth of assets and the funds utilized by your firm. Total assets consist of fixed and current assets. Total liabilities combine share capital, reserves, borrowings, and creditors. Financial facts. Use analysis to check if your firm is yielding a satisfactory return, holding strong finances, and growing. Consider different depreciation methods. Business accounting ratios. Use ratios measuring profitability, liquidity, solvency, growth, or market position to interpret profit and loss figures. Finance. How a company secures money for operations is at the heart of finance. Make better choices by understanding these financial principles. Sources of funds. Know that all funding sources are not equally suitable. Decide among options such as public listings, bank loans, bonds, mortgages, crowdfunding, grants, or business angels for your organization. Calculate the cost of capital. Track the expense of using capital. Determine the cost of debt and equity using models like dividend valuation and capital asset pricing, weighing other investment evaluation methods like payback period, discounted cash flow, and internal rate of return. Budget for the future. Recognize that your budget is shaped by your aspirations and is the main bridge between finance teams and business operations. Follow fundamentals, accuracy, realism, clarity, and allow result holders to prepare through regular external reviews. Marketing. MBA programs define marketing as the discipline that ensures appropriate products or services reach their market at the correct moment and price. Explore these marketing principles to deliver customer value and loyalty, Increasing profits. Measure the markets. Define your market's boundaries by focusing on company goals, mission, and vision. Evaluate relevant markets and competing players and trends to secure competitive standing. Understand customers. Identify customer needs, consumption patterns, and buying sources. Apply Maslow's hierarchy to better determine customer desires. Realize segment markets. Group current and potential customers with similar traits and decide their worthiness as targets based on accessibility, size, profit potential, and measurability. Recognize the marketing mix. Achieve successful sales by prioritizing key marketing factors, including product lifecycle, branding, pricing, placement, promotion, and advertising. Sell. Treat selling as a skill to be developed through preparation, training, and ongoing practice. Negotiate assertively. Focus on variables beyond price. Speak less during negotiations, and avoid giving concessions. Research. Build organizational credibility. Devise realistic strategies for entering markets, and carry out systematic research, covering the identification of problems, defining information needs, field work, budgeting, choosing techniques, sampling, and analyzing data. Organizational behavior. Harvard Business School describes organizational behavior as knowledge that deepens understanding of leadership and management to enhance personal and organizational performance. Adopt these principles to support the achievement of your organization's aims. Strategy versus structure. Strategy defines assignments, roles, communication, controls, rules for working together, the organization of authority, and succession planning. Building and running a team. Assemble effective teams by establishing shared goals, compatible personalities, effective leadership, and an appropriate board of directors. Motivation. Leaders must consider diverse motivational factors and theories, such as Theory X and Y, and the hygiene motivation theory. Leadership and management. Leaders create strategic direction, manage under existing conditions, delegate well, prepare for change, and employ management tools. Culture. Recognize the importance of organizational culture and its impact, especially in international environments where people respond to authority differently. Business history. Learn how significant historical events have shaped modern thinking about organizations, their people, and their environments. Reflect on the legacy of ancient codes, medieval merchants, historic banking houses like the Fuggers, and more recent financial crises, all of which continue to influence business today. Business law. Business is inherently complex, and legal issues are often unavoidable. Prepare by considering these areas of business law. Corporate structures. Choose a legal structure such as a sole proprietorship, partnership, limited company, public company, or cooperative. Employment law and legislation. Become familiar with trade regulations, obtain proper licenses, safeguard customer data, and abide by ethical advertising, standards, and refund policies. Intellectual property. Differentiate your offerings and prevent imitation by securing patents, trademarks, copyright protection, and rights to names and domains. Economics. Economics studies how people allocate limited societal resources to meet unlimited wants. Increase your understanding by considering the following. Schools of economic thought. Learn about Keynesian and monetarist theories, as well as Marxism and new economic perspectives. Market structures. Take advantage of economic freedom, managing the effects of monopoly, oligopoly, perfect competition, and competitive markets. Business cycles. Track economic expansion and contraction cycles by monitoring indicators like GDP and purchasing power parity. Economic success and failure assessments. Evaluate performance by looking at inflation, interest, currency, and unemployment rates to keep economic growth steady. Trade agreements. Understand new trade deals, cross-border mergers, and the role of economic unions and associations in global business. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a recent addition to MBA study, encouraging the creation and ownership of businesses, driving job growth, innovation, and change. Anyone can pursue entrepreneurship, whether through startups, family businesses, or incubators, but past corporate management experience does not guarantee success. Ethics and social responsibility. Accountability for actions is part of professional responsibility, though it is not consistently taught in business education. It is important to consider these essentials. Owners versus directors. In small enterprises, directors protect owners' interests, but in large corporations, directors often act as guardians of conduct and ethical standards, sometimes replacing the original owners. Stakeholders. Modern organizations are answerable not only to shareholders, but also to anyone impacted by their decisions: owners, employees, customers, suppliers, communities, and governments. Ethical and responsible strategies. To act as responsible corporate citizens, leaders should resolve conflicts, pay attention to whistleblowers, maintain clear communication, cooperate, and avoid hazardous actions. Operations management. Staying ahead requires organizations to innovate, manage production, form partnerships, and control activities, processes, resources, and systems that deliver goods and services. This field often needs supply chain, production, quality, IT, and outsourcing expertise beyond the general MBA curriculum. Quantitative and qualitative research and analysis. To make better decisions based on data, use both quantitative and qualitative analysis methods. Quantitative approaches include the study of decision theory, decision trees, statistics, averages, forecasting, and variability. Qualitative methods, rooted in sociology and anthropology, make use of observation, interviews, group discussions, case studies, and surveys. Strategy. Develop, mold, and execute your organization's ever-evolving strategy to achieve your objectives. Boost profitability by pursuing cost leadership, differentiation, or focus strategies on a specific market or region. Explore advantages of being first to market. Use strategy tools like Porter's 5 Forces or frameworks such as the Boston Matrix, Ansoff's Matrix, or the G. McKinsey Matrix. Also, consider mergers and acquisitions and the impact of the environment on your organization's goals and values. Conclusion. You have now completed the 30-day MBA and covered the key building blocks of a professional business education. Through this journey, you have gained valuable knowledge in critical areas including financial management, marketing strategy, operational efficiency, ethics, entrepreneurship, and leadership. With these insights, you are better equipped to make informed decisions, drive organizational success, and adapt to the challenges of modern business. Remember, the principles and practices you have learned here are just the beginning, a solid foundation on which you can continue to build as you pursue your professional goals. Thank you for listening, and best wishes for your ongoing journey toward business excellence.